Hello everyone. Hi. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. So I'm Moksha Malviya, CEO of Gamatech ISPL. So if you are a founder, CEO or a leader, this is your wake-up call. For the next 3 hours, we will be completely rewire how you run your company, or tonight I'll show you the exact steps to stop firefighting and start building a company that runs without you. So when we talk about all these stuff, managers maintain all those things, but CEO multiplies it. So if your calendar is full of approvals, and you're doing the wrong job, but the end of this life, by the end of this life, you will have everything, a one page CEO OS. You can print also delegation rubric to stop talking, taking work back, a KPI tree that actually measures what matters, and a 30-60-90 plan to act on Monday as well. So when we talk about all these things, you know moderate action, when we talk about all these moderate actions, uh, drop your pin chat messages, like every type of people are doing all those things, and every sort of people have their opinions, and every sort of yeah. So let's just start with with our life. So when we talk about all these things, let me take let me tell you a visual, a visual segment, when what that says what does a CEO really do. So when all of you guys thinking about the goals, what are the goals that a CEO tells, like talk about. So when I talk about defining CEO versus a manager using simple analogies, and one strong example, only the only thing I think of is, think of a manager as a as a bus driver, checking tickets and fixing flat tires. But a CEO is the metro, planning, building the network. Both are needed. I'm not saying nobody, is needed or like that, but both are needed, but only the metro makes scales possible. And I'll give you a really simple example. It is a hypothetical example, real life example. So suppose dash dash person runs a chain of sweet shops in a particular place. He used to approve every supplier invoice. That meant no time for marketing or partnership. So when that person hired a purchase manager and created a purchase rubric, he freed 30 hour a week. The business opened 20 shops in 2 years. That's the CEO move I'm talking about. So all these things, when we talk about all these things, the bullet list I want to give you is, set vision, pick matrix, hire owners, build system, protect time for for strategy. So, and what kind of managers top 5 jobs would be. It would be run daily operation, check task, approve work, fix mistakes, and attend status updates. And whenever I ask about all these things, I would like to ask you guys that write in the chat one task you did today, and that you hadn't done in your rhymes. So yeah, let me just have some questions about all you guys, because it is really important to have an interactive session like that. So the second segment, when we all guys will talk about, would be the mindset shift, or trust over control. So our goal would be uh, you know take delegation with simple scripts, I really wanted to share some real life examples. So when we talk about delegation, is not dumping, it's it's designing responsibility. If you can't trust your team, the fix isn't micromanaging, it's it's like training, clear outcome, and everything like that. And let's just take another hypothetical example to understand this topic in a very better manner. So suppose Priya is a CEO of logistics startup in certain place. So she used to sign off on every driver route. So she implemented a route rule book and KPI. So within 6 weeks, driver makes decisions, and Priya stops being the bottlenecks. So what would be the outcome of that if we talk about? So what success looks like. It is measurable. What authority, when we talk about authority. So what the person can approve about it. So it's like that. So when we talk, there is another segment called reporting that is included in this segment, that says, what number to send and when. That then it also includes the review part, that says, weekly touch point times. So yeah, so whenever our tech founders what to say to their staff would be, that would be exactly, that would be the exact words. What they will say is, suppose Rajat, here the outcome I need, customer resolved 4 hours downtime, and NPS is by 70. I'm giving you authority to approve refunds up to 2000. And if you need more, follow the rubric and escalate it. We'll we'll review matrix every Monday for 15 minutes. That would be the job of the CEO. And when we talk about the moderate action, let's just let's just ask everybody, like ask chat to, like like type stops or something like that. We'll talk about. So when we whenever the managers voices about that, it will always gonna say that I will just approve this small discount, and then the CEO will be obviously going to say this, that no, you own your discount rubrics, describe with the rule, with this rule, that discount has to be 10%, and are fine, but 10% lesser than needs to be revob sign off. So yeah. And then we talk, when we talk about the segment 3, that shift to impact over businesses, how that how that segment can be more upgraded. So when we talk about this, the goal we will set about all these things would be distinguish activities versus impact, and show how to allocate time to higher level work. And whenever I talk about this, there's a chance of checking emails all day. Checking emails is not leadership. Leaders make choices that change outcomes. We must trade busy hours for leverage hours.